I mean, it's very important, you know, for the way that we want to play. We want to get out and run. I think it's tough for teams to keep up with us in transition, but that all start with getting the stop and rebounding. Closing out the possession. If you don't close out the possession, it's the defense you play is pointless. So it'll be very key for us. And one thing I think has been great is Clay. He's been coming in and cleaning up a lot of rebounds, coming over the top, getting them if it's coming over the big head. And, obviously I think K probably averages 7.5 rebounds on his career, So it's Steph's a great rebounding guard. And, Zaza and I, we got to, hold the paint down. So it's very big, very key, and it's something that, we have to do if we want to play the way we want to.
The other night, like you were doing your thing, having a great time. How much fun is it playing with guys like, now you got KD and Steph and Clay, just having those guys at your disposal to do what you want to distribute the ball the way you do it?
It's very fun, when you have guys like that who can really shoot the ball, it's pretty fun, just knowing, like, wherever you pass the ball, guys can knock shots down. Then you got guys coming off the bench. Ian's been playing amazing. Obviously, Andre, over his career, has proven that he can knock those shots down. Sean has his own special way of finding an open spot. D. West. You got so many guys that can shoot the ball that it's fun, having those guys on the wing and kind of just picking and choosing. It's one of those things where you just wait for it to open up. Eventually, one of them's going to open up, and you kind of just survey the floor, and eventually one of them open up, and it's fun.
I think
get them the ball.
People are assuming that you guys were going to score a lot of points and do well on offense, but there are maybe a few questions about the defense without Bogut, without Festus, and so forth. Is that a valid concern that the defense is going to change? You guys maybe make some adjustments with those two guys?
You don't have that same rim presence that those two guys have, but it's all about scheme. Zaza's a great defender in his own right, and it's all going to come together. You'll see there's times where we'll kind of give up something, and it's like, hey, we got to be here, we got to do this, and it's all a part of the learning curve. But at the end of the day, I think our defense can possibly be better. With the length that we have, I think we can disrupt a lot of people, and so it's going to be fun. And I'm not saying our defense is going to be as good as it was from the jump, because you got to grow together. And it's a lot of parts that didn't change, So that's kind of an area that we'll have to grow and we'll continue to grow. But one thing we do know is that it's an area if we want to win a championship, we have to be good in.
You guys didn't play the Spurs last year until late January. Everybody was anticipating that matchup as being a potential Western Conference final.
I thought we played them early in the year and then we didn't play them again until late.
No. The first game was in late January. And all 4 games were after the New Year.
Wow.
So
that's different.
Playing them right out of the chute, is that good for you guys? Good to see them?
Obviously, when you start off against those guys, it's a test right away. But it's just one of the 82 games. It'll be a very fun game, very fun way to start the season off, and a tough way to start off. But at the end of the day, it's 29 other teams in the NBA other than us. No matter who you play, you got to come out ready to play and ready to give 110% when you step on the floor. Anybody can beat you, so it's not that it's just the Spurs. It's, you're ready to start the season and you want to get off to a good start. So regardless of who you're playing, you got to come out with that mindset, focused, and locked in.
Is it going to be a little weird to see them without Duncan?
Yeah, definitely. That will be extremely weird. But as we all know when we start this, one day it must come to an end. And you just give what you can give while you got the opportunity to. And if you can leave half the legacy behind that Tim Duncan left, you did a pretty good job. So he did what he had to do for the organization, for, himself, his family, for the game of basketball. But it'll definitely be weird not seeing him over there.
We were talking to Kavan over there. thinking about it, he played 20 years. And Kavan was like a baby when he started.
Yeah, was Kavan
Real
born
baby.
when he started? So I mean, you talk Kobe and Tim.
Right.
I think I was like 6 or 7 when they started playing. It's been a long time coming for those guys. KG, they put a lot of time in, so it's different when you got guys like that leaving out the league. I don't think you've ever had a class retire with that amount of success. Leaving all in 1 year it's pretty amazing.
Steve has talked about how he's going to look for pockets to rest the core guys throughout the year. How do you feel about that game plan?
Just gotta play. Play when you're out there giving 110%, and coach will figure all that stuff out. It's not really up to us to figure out. Every time we step on the floor, we're trying to get better. All that stuff will take care of itself whenever the time comes. But right now, trying to find a rhythm, trying to get the season started off the right way.
Last couple of years, you guys kind of created this culture of a lot of fun. You guys joke and laugh and stuff. Obviously, Mo and LB, B. Rush, they were all a big part of that. New guys coming in, has that changed? Has it still been the same in terms of just, cracking on each other and so forth?
Yeah, I mean, it's the exact same. Different people, but I think you kind of, when putting teams together, you kind of tout guys who fit together. And this group fits together really well. We enjoy each other. We have fun. We laugh. We joke. That's just kind of the environment that this is. But when it's time to play, it's business, or work is business as usual.
You had a conversation that was about his all-star voting block.
No. Nah, I thought about it, but I just let him live.
He's always popular. His fan base.
Take votes away from the rest of you.
It'll be interesting to see how that goes this year. He take votes from everybody. It's cool though. Maybe he'll get in. We'll see.
Speaking of the individual stuff and votes, how do you see the MVP discussion? I feel like everybody's adopted this idea that, nobody on the Warriors getting it because too much talent, they take away from each other.
Yeah,
Easy to say that now, but
it's easier said. Easy for anyone to come out and say that, but you never know how anything's going to play out. I don't think anyone on this team is going into the season saying, hey, I need to be the MVP. We're going to try and win a championship. All the individual stuff, the individual accolades, that stuff comes with success. So you go in with the right mindset of trying to win a championship and the team's successful and guys are playing well, then that's when the awards come. But I don't think anyone on this team is looking saying, hey, like, KD, can I win MVP? Steph, can I win it? Clay, can I creep in there? Nobody's doing that. We're just trying to win a championship. Everything else is secondary to that.
Is that what has to happen for you guys to feel it was a success?
Win a championship?
Yeah.
That's what has to happen every year for you to feel it's a success. Obviously, there's success within that, but that's always the ultimate goal. And it's one that you do everything you can to reach.
Does this team have the character that those feeling type players that you have to be able to be successful in that type of role? You guys haven't been in that class
I think it's all how you look at it. Some people say we're villains. I don't think we're really going into this saying, hey, we're villains, we need to do this. Like, who cares? It's like, it really doesn't matter what role people try to make you play. It's about getting on the court, getting between these lines and performing. At the end of the day, what everybody else draw up and try to make you out to be, they can draw up and make you out to be whatever they want. If you're winning games or not winning games, that's what matters. So I don't think this team is looking saying, hey, villains, let's do it. Like, nobody care for real.
you probably don't care how people are perceiving this team. But is this something that going down the road, you think when it's just a constant narrative of, everybody's hating on the Warriors?
I mean, that's usually when you're doing something the right way, people hate. You know, usually when you're doing something someone else want to do, they hate. You know, usually when there's success, with success comes hate. You know, so that kind of just come with the territory. It really doesn't matter. I mean, KD being here definitely adds to that, but with the success we've had, people are going to hate us anyway. That's kind of just, like I said, it comes with the territory. So it really don't matter to us that, oh, this person say they hate us and they love us. Like, at the end of the day, well, like I said, it's about getting between these lines and performing. Everything else outside of that is, I mean, it really don't matter at the end of the day. You know, things are going to be said. Some things are not going to be said. But when it's all said and done, the only thing people are going to talk about at the end was whether you won or lost.